Okay. And now I want to get into a little bit of draft information. I think Mel Kiper came out earlier this week with a mock draft, and I've been getting some information on Joe Burrow. So in a couple interviews this week, Joe Burrow has been seeming like he doesn't want to go to Cincinnati. He says that he has leverage if he doesn't want to go there, if he wants to pull off a trade. So in your opinion, should he pull an Eli Manning from 2004 and get himself traded to another organization?
Uh, uh, I want to see him go to the best possible. I mean, it's always hard with the first pick of the draft because usually it's always somebody trash. But I don't know, because on one hand it's like, hey man, like it's the draft. Like everybody
You should just be happy to get drafted.
Yeah, you should just be happy to get drafted. Everybody got to do it. You can't 99.9% of the time you can't pick who you go to. You just get drafted. You got to make the best of it until it's time for you to move on elsewhere. But I don't know. I mean, from a personal business perspective, I mean, yeah, that'd be great. If you feel like you got leverage enough to say, hey, I feel like I could pull this off and not go there, that's cool. But I'm just real old school when it comes to a lot of stuff. So I feel like he should just say, hey, it is what it is. If that's who drafts me, that's who drafts me.
But first of all, bro, does he even have leverage? Because I heard he said this and it didn't make sense because
it don't make sense.
Have leverage.
It don't make sense. I don't feel like the only reason Eli Manning could probably say he had leverage because you're a Manning.
That's what I was about to say, bro. Your last name is Manning, bro.
Like you're dead. Your whole life is just football. Like everyone, your whole family history just screams legacy, Yep. So you might, even if he probably didn't feel like he had leverage, it was a lot of people who felt like he had leverage to do what he did. So I feel Joe Burrow, it's not the same sense. I don't feel like you're a play. I get it. You pulled off an amazing season. You pulled off one of the most amazing football seasons that we've seen in college football history. People are talking about your team and your quarterback play being up to par with the best of the best, possibly the greatest ever. I get it, but no, I don't see the leverage. You're just you're just a regular quarterback at the end of the day.
Yeah, and sticking with the leverage conversation that Eli had. Eli, also in that draft, you had somebody like Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger. So the San Diego, who did have the number one pick in that draft, wasn't mad that they had to trade away Eli because they knew that they were going to get at least one of those three
exactly.
quarterbacks. So that's also why they traded the pick. And we can go back even further when it happened to John Elway. John Elway was supposed to go to the Baltimore Colts with the number one pick and got traded to the Denver Broncos. His leverage was that he would have gone and played baseball. And none of those scenarios are happening with Joe Burrow right now. Like, Cincinnati feels like a perfect fit. He's from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? He played at Ohio State. I feel like everything fits. And I feel like Cincinnati gets a bad rap in the fact of they're a cheap organization and they're a small market organization, but they've had good players and they've had good seasons over the years. So it's not like they're just a moribund franchise that you can't win. Like, they've won. They've got to the playoffs with Andy Dalton. And I feel like they can make something work with a Joe Burrow. So I don't feel like he should be trying to work up any trade or anything like that.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel because I forgot what talk show I was watching, but there was a lot of talk saying that, like you just said, Cincinnati isn't good, but the season that Cincinnati just had, that's really, really rare.
That's an outlier, bro. That's an outlier.
Yeah, like there's been a lot of seasons where Cincinnati has been average. There's been a lot of seasons where they've been below average, but still really talented.
Bro, them years with Carson Palmer, it was a few years back. Andy Dalton had got to the playoffs against Pittsburgh, and they were supposed to win that game, but Andy Dalton got hurt. So it's been a couple of times they got there, bro. So I don't want to hear that about him getting traded, bro. I didn't really like hearing that. I feel like it's a perfect fit, though, bro. I feel like it's a perfect fit. Him in Cincinnati, you from Ohio. You're the people's champ in that state. Go to Cincinnati, bro. You can create something there that nobody has seen to create. Bring them a championship, hopefully, because they don't have one. Next is Tua going to the Lions. So, like I said, in Mel Kiper's latest mock draft, he had Tua going to the Lions. In actuality, in prior mock drafts, he has been going number 5 to the Miami Dolphins. So if Tua was to go to the Lions, that would mean Matt Stafford would be getting traded or something would be going on with Matt Stafford. So do you think the Lions should be done with Matt Stafford in any way?
I like Matt. I don't know how I feel about this.
Matt Stafford, bro, because all he do is pad them stats, boy. That's all he do is pad them stats.
I like Matt. Don't put me in this situation.
Go ahead, pick, man. Shit. And also, this is something I want to say before Edgar get into his analysis. I think Tua it's world or known that Tua would need a redshirt season. So even if they did draft Tua, Matt Stafford probably would stay for this next season, and so Tua can get fully healthy from his hip.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask. I was gonna say if Tua comes, like I don't think I highly doubt wherever he goes, he's gonna just hop on the field and start.
Yeah, so that's what. But I'm hearing that he's 100%. So it's like I said, it's known that he needs a redshirt season, but I'm hearing you know what I'm saying, mixed reports.
That man ain't 100%. That's just he's 100% as far as like the surgery went well and like he's walking, he's cooperative, he's physically able to do stuff on his own. That's not 100% because we're talking about football right now. We're talking about guys average height, like 6'2" on the field, running like 20 miles an hour. Some of these dudes between 250 and 340 pounds, like coming at you each play. Like when I see you able to take hits like that and bounce back up, that's when I can tell you 100%. So until I see him in situations like that, I don't know if he 100%. I'm not going to claim he 100%. So,
but here's the question, bro. Matt Stafford was out for most of the season with a back injury. So you're going to have 2 broken down quarterbacks, it look like, or 2 non-healthy quarterbacks going into next season.
This is why if I was the Lions, I don't know if I would do it. This is why I don't know if I would do it. Because, like you just said, Matt Stafford has had his health issues, and now you're going to draft a quarterback who everybody still thinks that Tua is just going to be amazing, and I'm really skeptical on it because, bro,
that's a change too, bro.
It's because your hips, bro. Yeah. Like
I thought you were getting into something. But after this season, a lot of people weren't high on Tua. They were all on that Joe Burrow bandwagon. And now I'm starting to hear a lot of people swing back to that Tua wave now. And I said it on a couple months ago, man. I still think Tua is the best quarterback in this draft. I think his career will be better than Joe Burrow's. But at the end of a season, a lot of analysis people were definitely swinging to that Joe Burrow route, but I'm definitely starting to sense a change to Tua.
When I changed, it was Tua at the beginning of the football season, but then I slowly and gradually started levitating towards Joe Burrow, and especially when they played each other, when Alabama and LSU played each other, like that game, I felt like Joe Burrow was the best quarterback in the nation, and throughout the rest of the season, he continued to prove it. And I still felt that way all the way to the championship. And I felt like he was the best quarterback in college football at that moment. And I feel like he's still the best quarterback between the two, especially now with Tua's injury still playing some type of effect on his career. Because when you're a quarterback and your hips are injured, like that worries me because you have to do a lot of hip turning. You have to do a lot of quick movements with the center part of your body, you know. And like I was saying on a few podcasts ago, he might not even have to get hit. He might slide wrong, or he might dive and just land wrong. You know, like that's just a real delicate part of your body when you're a quarterback. So that's my whole worry on it. But back to the Lions, like I feel like if they do draft him, I just say keep Matt Stafford, keep him and keep Tua on the bench.
But do you believe in him though, bro? Can Matt Stafford take you over the hump anymore? Like to this point, he hasn't given you anything in terms of playoff wins. So do you see that coming in the near future for the Lions? And should they rebuild?
Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if they started rebuilding. Do I feel Matt Stafford is a starting quarterback in this league? Yes.
Yeah.
But I understand if the Lions want to move forward because of what you said. Yes, the stats are there. Yes, the individual accomplishments are there. But team-wise, I agree. I have not seen him contribute that much to the team's success. I haven't really even been excited to watch Lions games since Megatron was there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just feel like Matt Stafford just this season, I feel like he would really have to prove himself if he wants to stay with this organization.
Yeah. But I think they should draft Tua, though, man, and let Tua get a red shirt season. So they should keep Matt Stafford for this season and still draft Tua, build everything around him. So when Tua gets up a couple of seasons from now, everything could be perfect. He have his weapons. He'll have his offensive line. So they still need to build out. But I do think they should rebuild. And Matt Stafford, I've been hearing a lot of news that if Brady leaves, I could see Stafford going to the Patriots. So, I don't know. That's just something I'm just throwing out there, man. I could see that for the Patriots in the near future, bro, if the Lions do move off of him.
I'm in a situation. I'm in that booty spicy.